Hi, and welcome to Cinemattic, where we sit around and you listen to me talk about movies. I am a huge Spider-Man fan. I mean, to the point where I kind of have problems. No, seriously, I am a really big Spider-Man fan. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is coming out soon. Or if you're watching this video in 5 years, Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out a while ago. I was okay with the first movie. I liked the darker tone. The new suit's kind of cool. But, like, we just saw that origin story. You could have just gone there. You remember the old Spider-Man TV shows from the 70s? Over that, you just show him being bitten by the spider. We all know. We all know. We don't need to see it again. So I loved the first Sam Raimi movie. Yeah, sure, the CGI compared to now is kind of weak, but man, Spider-Man just flinging and thwipping through the city. I wanted to see that in a movie for years. Spider-Man 2 was even better. There was more drama, there was better character work. Alfred Molina, amazing actor. It was a great, great, great movie. Then came Spider-Man 3. I'm not going to go off into some tirade of why Spider-Man 3 was terrible. We all know why Spider-Man 3 was terrible. Dancing, too many villains, bad plot, too much Topher Grace. What I actually want to talk about is my idea for what Spider-Man 3 and 4 should have been. Now, my favorite Spider-Man villain is the Lizard. Always has been, always will be. And I was only kind of happy with the way they did him in The Amazing Spider-Man, but I digress. Spider-Man 3 begins with Curt Connors in his laboratory trying to come up with the serum that'll help him grow back his arm. He does so, turns into the Lizard. The Lizard goes on a rampage early on. Now, Spider-Man knows that this is Curt Connors. He figures it out in, like, the first act. But he can't do anything super bad to him because he's Dr. Connors and it's his friend and he's got this conflict of interest. Well, J. Jonah Jameson notices this and he hires a bounty hunter named Kraven. Yeah. But at the same time, J. Jonah Jameson has said, I'll put a bounty on Spider-Man's head as well. Now you've got Kraven, the hunter, going after the Lizard. Spider-Man has to stop Kraven from getting the Lizard and killing him, and he has to avoid getting caught and or killed by Kraven. In the B story, there's like a love triangle thing playing out between Harry, Mary Jane, and JJ's son. JJ's son says, I'm going up in the shuttle again, let's have this last moment together. So MJ kind of hooks up with him. So the end of this movie, it would actually be neat if the Green Goblin wound up killing Kraven. And, like, if they find out who the Green Goblin is, so that's why Harry has to run away. But the Lizard's back to being Dr. Connors, Kraven is done, and Mary Jane and Peter are back together. Credits. Then, JJ's son is on the moon, or a surrounding planet, and he's with a geologist, and they break open this rock, and this black ooze starts to come out. And it goes into his spacesuit, and up his face, and into his eyes, and blackout. Spider-Man 4. He comes back to Earth. He's infected by this thing, runs off into the woods. He gets bitten by this wolf, and that mixed with the symbiote in his system turns him into Man-Wolf, who is like a little bit crazy. He's going after MJ because he's still in love with Mary Jane. Let's drop the Eddie Brock character. Harry actually gets attacked by this thing. And Harry, going a little crazy because of the serum, and then hating Spider-Man, he actually turns into Venom. And MJ is still caught in the middle, because you have to have a woman in distress, because women can't take care of themselves. So tell me what you think. That's what I would have done for Spider-Man 3 and 4, and I think it would have been a lot more interesting than everything they've done since Spider-Man 2. But what do you think? Tell me if you think this is a good idea. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you want me to start a Kickstarter fund and maybe actually make these movies. This is a dialogue, people. It's not just me talking to you. Please talk back. Actually, you want to do some video responses, or if you just want to leave some comments down there, let me know what you think. We'll have a dialogue. It'll be fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Cinemattic.